Good morning, everyone. We're gonna go through a couple of pairs setups. It was really a good night last night. We're on the pound right now. Let's move it off of that one. Let's start at the top and work our way down from the pound dollar pair. As we can see, look over here, we took out target 2, came back down on our reset. We attacked the top of the band, hit target 2 again, came back for a reset, hovered just below target 2, and we are sitting right in we're inside the containment zone now, in the top half of the containment zone. As you see, we went into expansion early this morning, and we're just sideways, and pretty much, as you can look over here on the 1 hour, we just crossed our weekly pivot and we touched the upper side of the band. That's where our first target was, and we are on the buy side of the market, waiting for Wave PM to reset. We got a reset on Wave PM yesterday here. We had a reset this on Wave PM here. Our short term, our long term is still extended out. That's why we're getting a little bit of kind of a trade zone here. Got a wide zone here, so we can put it on the upper level here and our lower level here. So that's where we are. So we got a pretty wide zone for the day, looking into tomorrow. So it's still not in a position to really basically miss the trade on this one. We had our 15-minute reset already. So, you know, target 1 and target 2 is pretty much taken care of on our pound US. So we're gonna be, okay, that's the pound pair. Let's move it on down. I don't want to get into Bitcoin, but we could take a quick look at Bitcoin, see what's going on. Bitcoin is not really having a good day today. We're kind of in a range on Bitcoin, just the same as we talked about with the pound. We're right here, tight range, Bitcoin. We're looking at probably about a, maybe we say a 400 pip range, as far as that 4,000 pip. I can't tell with Bitcoin. I don't trade it. But here was our compression on Bitcoin, and the expansion was this move we saw here. It was a downward expansion. Remember, our Wave PM doesn't read direction. I always use the term, I use it like a gas gauge. It's just let me know how much fuel is in the tank. When we're below 0.3, market is compressed. In that time frame, as we tick up above 5, market starts to be on the move. And that's the move we got here. Here's our first compression, gave us this upward move. Second compression gave us a downward move. So I'd say Bitcoin is in a range, and our range is between our low range is 95.60. Our high range on Bitcoin is, go to the top band here. I know I made a high, but you see how that got pushed back. And our high range is right now 98.46, $9,846. Our high on Bitcoin today is $9,892. So that's our Bitcoin range. Bitcoin is not in a position to trade right now. We're only going to be trading compression. And as you guys will learn, I do not like to trade compression. So let's move on to my next pair. That's Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie. Go to out of there. Euro Aussies kind of in a range also in the bottom half of the containment zone. As you can see on our 1 hour, we're in the bottom half of our containment zone, which is about here. I'll put it at the wick for right now. So that's the top of the range, the bottom of the range. So we'll make it close to our bottom band here, so we know our range on Euro Aussie. So right now prices touch the top of our range here and headed down. So we're range bound, and you could see we're completely fat on Wave PM here. So we have a tight range on Wave PM. We're compressing. We're I'm lost for words. Our long term is still slightly ticking up, but not by much. So we spoke about the range on Euro Aussie. Our top of our range is 1.6775 is the top range, and that's the bottom range for our range bound traders. As we can see here, we compressed. This sideways movement creates compression, but this is a tricky pair. Although we were in compression, it shot up 20 points and then did its 63-point drop. So you always got to be careful when you trade in this pair. Our long term here is pretty flat, nothing happening. Long term broke short term broke long term here. So, but this is a range bound trade. And let's see what our bigger picture is. Well, we're below pivot, so you know it's a sell side. So if you're going to play this range, you want to play it from the top of the range to the bottom. You don't want to play the bottom of the range because it could break out on you. Buyers are there. So that's what's going on with Euro Aussie. Moving on down. Pound yen. Pound yen. Woo-wee. Oh, we had a nice breakout on pound yen. See our breakaway on pound yen here. Complete compression here. Market completely compress. Right here, complete compression. We look at Wave PM, long term completely compressed, short term completely compressed. And as they start to expand together, it was a little bit of a fake out. Gave you the first move out of compression, pulled back. That's why sometimes you don't always have to get in on the first move. If you're patient, wait for that second move. It came right back to our compressed level, and the pair took off. And that's where that's where it is now. After I go through this, then I'll probably look to see if I can snipe or scalp a few pips off the market, because that's pretty much what's left right now is scalping. But like you can see, we're in on our this is our 4-hour time frame here. The the 4 hours been pretty strong on the upside of our containment zone. So we're on the buy side. It's a buy side market. Remember what I said before? This white line separates our buy side versus our sell side. We call this the north side. We call this the south side. So as long as we got those terminologies right, we know what we could take an advantage of. So for all you counter trenders, you could probably take advantage for a little while in this market here. Let me put up something that tends to help me in these kind of markets here. Where is it? Because I could probably get a piece of this. Let's there we go there. And a little piece of that right now. So as we said, we'll get rid of these because we're just showing you the expansion there. Yeah. Let's go down. Let's go to another market. So we're going to break down EZ, EN, Euro New Zealand dollar here. Okay, what's going on with EZ? We'll bring up the 15 on EZ. It's a new day. We've pretty much been in a sell on EZ. We came up, touched our midpoint, stayed on the sell side, and it continued selling. Finally broke out this morning. We took out target 1 and 2. Now we're back on target 2. So you want to keep an eye on that. Target 3 is about 90 pips away. So we'd need rapid expansion to get to that third target. But I wouldn't put it past this pair. But that's not what we're shooting for on this. So let's see what's going on in the 1 hour, what levels we've been taking out. Our thick lines is our weekly pivots. Yeah, I use weekly pivot. I hear a lot of chatter about weekly pivot, but I like to know where price is moving from on a long term. And I like it because other people do use it, and it is significant in the bigger picture. So on our 1 hour, we're in the heavy sell zone right now. That's why we're getting that breakdown. We just touched the first level of our heavy sell zone, trading down, starting to open up a little bit, but short term is still inside a long term. So until short term pops out, I'm not really expecting too much here. Being that we never got a complete compression on the long term, I don't look for this to break out. So this range might hold up. So I would mark this range right now. Just below here, top of the range there. And we're gonna mark on our double bands, the bottom of the range there. So there goes your range for this pair. We came down, tested pivot, kicked back up to our midpoint, decided to keep selling, broke, tested the bottom, held, drop. Easy. Nothing complicated about that one. So that's what's going on with EZ. Euro dollar. I could skip this, but there's some people out there that likes euro dollar. So for their sake, let's see what's going on. Euro dollar. We continued off of yesterday's buy. We compression here on our 1 hour, compressed, completely compressed. You can see that by the blue line I marked, compressed right in this zone here, and markets broke out. Stayed inside our heavy sell, we came inside the heavy sell, held the box, and kept selling. Let's look over at the 15. Targets are target 1 and 2 is taken out for the day on euro dollar. Target 1 was 109.43. Maybe I need to do this breakdown early, like in the evening, because if I do a quick 15-30 minute video, we can already set up the targets for tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. So that way, when I come in, I can talk about the targets that I spoke about the day before. So I could say, go back to my video and we can talk about these targets. I know I'm talking about them now, we're already taken out, but this evening or some point tonight, I'll go over tomorrow's targets and we'll talk about it. But I didn't, so that's what it is. We got both long-term and short-term, both expanding at the same time. Anytime you have that, you're gonna have a trend. That was our 15-minute expansion here. Sideways, kept going, sideways, kept going, sideways drop. And we came, once you break a level like this, a level you leave from, and down, come back, you know, that's pretty big. But if you was looking at the 1 hour, you would have caught that move. Once we fell inside our band number 2 on the buy side, we just traded back to band number 1. You see that wick there? Wicks don't lie. I like marking wicks, especially wicks that in a significant area. Sometimes you have wicks, but when they're in an insignificant area, look at this wick here. Nice wick here, long. That's euro dollar. Our next pair, let's go to our next pair. Euro dollar. Then we're not gonna do ZAR. Pound Aussie. We can do pound Aussie. It's a nice pair when it wants to be. Woo, what a chop. I don't even think we need to bother with this one. It's about to explode though. I'd keep watching it because that thing is about to explode. But right now you get a tight range. Just like here. Put magic trend magic on that side to kind of keep a track of that. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So that's the top of the range right there. Okay, that's what's going on there. We're not going to spend too much time on this. You need to do some fundamental report on that pair. Fundamentals probably give you more. And plus, both markets are closed on pound Aussie just about anyway. But like I said, tomorrow should be a big day on that pair. Gold. We could take a quick look at gold. My gold traders. Woo! 15 minutes ago would have been good. Gold's also in a range, bottom of the 1 hour containment range. Let's see if she breaks out of there. Another wick. We'll see what happens. So that's the 1 hour gold range. Right now, I got the gold range at 1742 to 1727. It's a sell side range, so I would be careful trying to take it from that bottom in that time period anyway. All right, so now we went through it. What pair are we going to settle on? That Euro pair looked good. Might want to stay over there. Oh yeah, we might want to counter this bad boy. This one ain't no joke right here. Oh, it hit target 3. Push back 35. All right, we might have a trade on our hands. We'll see. All right, y'all, I'm going to take a quick break. Y'all can watch the screen. As you can see, I was late getting into this position. I'm battling it a little bit. Very late. I should have been in way down here, but I wasn't looking at the charts at that time. I was trying to give you guys a report. I should have, when I was doing the report on this pair, I should have just hung out. Come on. Look like it's gonna take me out. That's what happens in the blender zone. I mean, the containment zone. That's why I call it the blender. You can get ate up in here if you don't know what you're doing. Took a trade right here to go long. Look what the risk was. 8 pips. We'll stick with it. So this should be here. So that's where our zone is right now. $10 at one point. retreat and compression, long and short term. You can't slurp, not on camera. Well, you're not on camera. They can hear your audio, but I just cannot find a spot. Oh, I need a better holder, man. Now I can't see nothing. I am not. Look at this spread, man. Do that. Said keep it on. Sorry, you guys, for the technical difficulty with the sound. Look at that trade go. If I didn't touch that stop loss. Sorry, you guys, for the technical difficulty with the sound. Look at that trade go. If I didn't touch that stop loss. Sound check. Oh, so sorry, guys. Forgot the mic was on. Target 3 was hit again. See what decision is to be made in this area.
That was Senator Ben Sass questioning Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Do stick around. On the move. We'll be right back with more of the testimony from Jerome Powell and Stephen Mnuchin. That was Senator Ben Sass questioning Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Do stick around. On the move. We'll be right back with more of the testimony from Jerome Powell and Stephen Mnuchin.
Into that zone, we are taking it. If it comes back into that zone, see what happens. Here's brand new candle.
Want to save on 2-for-1 haircuts and other BFF activities? Then try the new Yahoo Mail to find your deals fast. Yahoo Mail. Win is life.
Introducing Protect Premium by Yahoo, a bundle of top security and support products. From virus protection to password storing to 24/7 tech and account support designed to keep you safe and supported so you can get back to what matters. Protect Premium by Yahoo.
At WCS, our conservation impact is unrivaled. We work in 60 countries with more staff in the field than any other conservation organization in the world. With our zoos and aquariums, we inspire 4 million people every year to care for nature. We stand for wildlife and wild places. Stand with us.
Welcome back to Yahoo Finances on the Move. I'm Adam Shapiro along with Julie Hyman. We're watching markets right now with the S&P 500 fluctuating between positive and negative territory. It's barely positive right now. The Dow is off more than 80 points. The NASDAQ is up actually. It's up 57 points. We're going to head back to Washington, D.C. and the Senate hearing in which Secretary of the Treasury, Mr. Mnuchin, along with Federal Reserve Chair Jay Powell, are talking about the steps that have been taken along with PPP, as well as the Fed's programs to help the U.S. economy.
And the government, that we mean it, not just eventually, somebody's going to come up with their because they're doing IT and they continue to do it. So for what it's worth, I think
That's wick. Hitting that 5-minute wick. Can't use that.
Certainly, there was a report out there comment on the meetings they've had or what they've done on that. I see no reason why we wouldn't. I say that by what you said. president saying that yes, that's within his authority. And he really don't. And again, that's the appointed position. He has the right to withdraw because he's nominated a special inspector general to work with the CARES Act, which we look forward to the Senate confirming so we can work with that person. I know he has Let me just comment, when we negotiated this bipartisan deal, we agreed to unprecedented transparency. So we agreed to release things that are not required by 13.3. So I don't know why you haven't seen that. Everything's posted on our website with the Fed's website. We take great pride in the transparency that we agreed to as part of the deal.
Where's my phone?
What I've said is that every single commitment we made is listed on the website, every single term sheet, and I guess change them. Every dollar is not actually what's been worked on. And again, within the CARES Act facilities with the Fed, when we do individual transactions, they are listed. Chairman, I don't oversee that resolution. I don't go online and I'm going to tell you that these budget transparencies, as you said, are with this program. As a senator from Montana, as a member of the banking committee, I'm not seeing any of it, quite frankly. I'm seeing general numbers, I am not seeing any of it. We will deal with that at a later date. Chairman Powell, I have a question for you. There's $3 trillion to put out. How many dollars? There's the level thing that the is actually going to be Senator, the big facilities to which the equity's been committed to are really just coming online.
All right, 2 trades, one up, one down. I really hesitated here. I let this candle close before I ran it. As you guys can see, if you repeat the video, you would see that trade. So that's one up, one down. But it's 100 billion, friends.
Chairman, Secretary. As of today, those facilities are available for companies that have ratings from one rating on the best it's a process. Some companies don't want to go for the costs.
Grim Martin.
All right, YouTube. We were able to get 2 trades in. I wish I would have let the first trade follow out because it did go into the money, but I had too tight of a stop and it ended up clipping me for a small loss. And we were able to re-enter the trade as a reverse, and we ended up with another small gain. So it wasn't bad. We took 2 trades, won 1, lost 1. So the fact that I went into the money, I pulled the stop loss a little tighter than I wanted to, and it came back and took us out, and we were able to re-enter as a counter trend as it hit this level 3 here. We've been seeing the rejection over here, rejection, 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 and it was no different here. We broke it and then it dropped. So that was a good trade. Felt good. Tomorrow's another day. Hopefully we'll get another couple of trading. Being that we only spend an hour and a half, 2 hours together, I don't think we can work on something like this, because if we look over on the 1 hour side here, this trade took almost 17 hours. So when you're sitting here for an hour, it's only 1 of these candles, 2 of these candles at most. So you have to do with what you have, and that's what we did today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll come back later on and I'll do a review for the following day trades. All right, have a good one. KC out.